welcome back guys. Now obviously this is now episode number 4 of Illuminated Models how-to series, and today we're going to be adding, using the class 56 kit here, adding directional lighting to the loco here. And all we're going to need is this kit, 3 wires, and obviously we fitted the little decoder socket in there from a previous video. So obviously first things first, take the body off. I've removed the light lenses in this side already just to make it a bit easier. So yeah, first step is to get the light lenses out. Now to do that they should just pop out. So if we get just a pair of pliers, they just pop out easy enough, very little glue applied. Just wiggle them out. That's your first one for the whites, and then the reds might need another tool. No, we're all right. Use these like tweezers, and then there's the reds. So you can see now that Hornby have luckily enough already pre-drilled out all the holes. And first things first, we take this out of the bag, and I'll explain a bit more about this. This is the lighting kit. This here comes all pre-wired up, and on this circuit board you've got all your little surface mount LEDs, resistors, and everything spaced correctly for these locomotives, so there's no need to fiddle about and play around with them. They're all pre-spaced, same both sides. And in the middle you've got the circuit board which all the wires come to. Now if you actually look, this can be used for DC and DCC running, so there's no difference between each one. Obviously DC you've got your left and your right track, and for DCC connection you've got your blue, which is your positive, white, which is your forward running lights, and yellow, which is your rear running lights. It's quite an easy, simple little task. And like I said, we've got 3 jumpers here which will connect the main circuit board to this board here. So first things first, what we're going to do is fit this end of the board and this end of the board together, and I suggest using super glue, or if you've got it, 2-part epoxy hardener. So if I grab some glue just quickly, you can get them on the lights, but where these solder tabs are here, it's probably best to just put a dab on there like so, and then get a G-clamp, just measure it all, or just to secure it in place while the glue dries. So just use one of these little black cheap little clips, put the board in like so, and then with the clamp just clamp it nice and tightly in place like so. Have a look at the locomotive. Might be worth just powering this up with your if you've got a 12-volt supply, and I'll just do that quickly. So obviously pretend these are the 2 track connections, and just to get the lighting just right, so you can see that you get the full light being emitted out and it doesn't look shabby. See, as you can see, that was miles out. So if you pull that clip out, see, this is where it gets a bit fiddly, but what I do is I'm just going to pause the video, get these secured in properly, and then we'll be back at it. So if I just welcome you back, now we've managed to centralise that in the right place. So as you can see, all the lights are emitting through properly. So while that's drying, we'll sort the other lights out. But in the meantime, while this video is running, I'll just disconnect the 2 track supplies. And what we'll do is we'll wire this up to a DCC running with a DCC 8-pin socket. So as you can see, you've got colour coded wires. These are just, the cable size is 7/02. So what that means is there's 7 individual strands of cable, and they're all 0.2 of a millimetre thick. That's more than capable for running these small LED lights. So if I just move that back, these have been pre-tinned just to stop any fraying. And then what we've got is we use a bit of solder, soldering iron, and we're just going to use the white, blue and yellow solder tabs, and just lightly, the soldering iron's pre-warmed, just gently flow in the solder just to cover the solder pads, and then get the colour coordinated cable and then just solder or warm it up and just flow in the cable like so, so it just melts. Just flow in the cable like so and just leave to cool, and do that for all three of them like so. Bit tricky being a bit cack-handed here, but that's the second one in. Then lastly the yellow one, just being careful not just to burn the cable. It might have to be more cack-handed. So that just goes onto there like so. So you've got all three soldered on now. Now it comes to soldering them onto the actual decoder socket, which we fitted in a previous video. This is obviously the AL07 decoder socket here, and as it quite clearly says, you've got AUX, which was used for the cab lights, which will be the blue cable, headlights and rear lights. So as we know, white is headlights, and then the yellow will be the rear lights, and blue will be the positive. So if we just solder them on quickly, you'll be able to just just tin the pads like so. Obviously the blue's already done, so the rear lights will be the yellow like so. Yeah, again, it's all the same principle. Practice makes perfect as well. So if we just do that, oh, the green one's come off. The cables will get tidied. It's just as a first shoot. But what I'll do is I'll do the blue one first, because that's furthest away. So just take a bit more dab of solder, which is here, just gently to solder the end. Then we're just going to flow that blue one into the rest of the tabs like so. Then the white one, that flows in there. Then obviously we can just see the green ones come undone, so we just re-solder that in place like so, easy like that. So obviously what I'm going to do now is pause. I'm just going to fit this other cab light in place like we've done with that one, put the body on, and then I'll show you a finished product. Obviously this is the same as that, just glue it in place and just manage to find a hole for the cables, fit the decoder back, and we'll get it up and running again. Welcome back guys. Now obviously it's had time to glue and had time to set. All I've done is I've just put it back together, put a decoder in it, and yeah, this is the end effect. So you've got your two yellow marker lights down the bottom, your main white, and obviously the cab lights that were fitted in a previous video. And if we have a look round the other side, there's the two red tail lights and the cab lights on. So yeah, obviously like, share, and even if you could share it, it'd be great. If not, head over to the website where you can buy these bits. And until next time, thanks a lot.